I'll just explain. I've got a sore throat today, so if you can't hear me, ask me questions later on. I'll let you in. Anyway, I'm Martin Sweeny. I run a business called Unstable Creations. I'm a designer, a digital artist. I'm a DJ and I run events, so I do quite a lot of different things. But my company Unstable Creations allows me to just do whatever I feel like, basically. So when I was younger, when I was about your age, I just wanted to be a DJ. I didn't want to be anything else. I was interested in art and design, but my main passion was DJing, you know. So I got decks when I was 14, 15, and I just spent hours DJing and annoying my neighbours. I started running parties probably when I was about 15 as well, and throughout my life I've just been trying to get parties going. I started a night called Paradigm about 5 years ago. I started Paradigm, but I was doing a similar thing about 10 years ago, and that kind of got me into graphic design. I was designing a lot of flyers, posters for all the gigs I was doing, and then people just kind of started to realise that I was good at that, and they were asking me, "Oh, can you design this for me? Can you design that for me?" So I kind of got a kind of passion for graphic design. I joined this collective maybe a year or two ago called the Blue Room Collective, and we do exhibitions on typography. So I done this installation here that you can see. This is actually a graph of the bliss point in sugary sweets. So it's showing you how much sugar, fat and salt content is in your confectionery. I'll jump on because this slide's changed. So we went to Berlin with this exhibition, and there's like 15 of us in the group, and we all said we're going to Berlin, and nobody went apart from me. Nobody came apart from those 3 girls that you've seen as well. But we actually won an award for that exhibition. So I do a bit of interactive stuff as well. This is actually just a screenshot of a game that I made. And this game, you have to get from where you are, the pink dot, to the yellow lines, but all the controls are backwards, so it's really frustrating how you work it. This is another installation that I've done for a festival called Kelburn Garden Party, and it's called the Rave Tree, and basically it encourages people to come up and touch these objects which are hanging from a tree, and it triggers sound, and all you have to do is touch it and the electricity goes through you and into the ground. I was asked last year and a couple of years before to be part of Hidden Door Festival, which is a multi-arts festival in Edinburgh. And I done this project called Unforeseen, where I was creating visual content for a group of dancers and musicians, and we'd just done it live. We were just kind of making it up as we go along. This is actually a screenshot from the Creative Edinburgh Awards, which I was involved in last year. So I do projection mapping, which is where you use a projector to project on 3D surfaces. And we posted ourselves a challenge to project onto this roof, this like arched roof. It was really, really difficult, but it was an amazing project. This is a photo from a gig I done. I don't know if you've heard, there's a group called Bicep. They asked me to do visuals for one of their shows up in Aberdeen. So I created this bespoke sculpture, and then we projected sound reactive visuals so that the music that was coming out was creating the visual content. So as you can tell, I do a lot of this projection mapping. This is another project I've done in a venue called The Caves for a night called Games Are For Everyone. So we kind of went with this computer game feel. But this is one of the largest structures that I built. Used 2 projectors, and again, all the content was reactive to what the DJs were doing. And then last year, the Skinny magazine asked me to submit some work, and they published me, which was like kind of the pinnacle of my career, you know, to finally be recognised for what it is I'm doing. So the year before, actually, we found out about a competition for projection mapping, and it's over in Russia. And the challenge was to project a 3-minute video onto this building you see in Russia. And this was massive. Like, you can't even imagine how big this building is. And this is this is a static picture of the results. So we basically took a track, we chopped it up, made it 3 minutes long, and we animated all this content to match the track. And basically the building just came to life with sound and colour and visuals. And actually we won that competition. We were up against people from all over the world. There was Mexico, Russia, Japan, Italy, and we smashed it. We won that competition. So again, that was another kind of highlight in my career. And while all this was happening, I was in the background. I was running an exhibition of interactive electronic arts. And this year in November, we just done the second iteration of it. It was a full-on festival this time. So we had lots of different things from virtual reality, augmented reality, interactive plants, light installations. We also ran 2 days of workshops. So the first day of workshops was on design and interactivity. So we had things like Makey. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's really interesting technology. And Bear Conductive. So it was really interesting getting people really involved and creating little interactive experiences. We also had 2 events attached to that. So we had an opening party which had like 10 local electronic music acts and some performances, and we also had like a big rave as well. So my dream of being involved in DJing and stuff like that, even through design, I've still got there, you know. But it was amazing. We worked with so many different partners. Creative Edinburgh was one of them, New Media Scotland, and actually through this festival I was nominated for another award for leadership from Creative Edinburgh, and that was just last week. Sadly I didn't win it, should have, but anyway. Thanks very much for your time. I'll pass you on to Craig.